Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the new game, Bark Avenue. This is a game that I kickstarted. It's about walking dogs in New York City. I played a two-player game of this as my first game, and on this big board that I can't quite hold up here, you get to divide the board in half. There's essentially half of the city you can ignore in a two-player game, which is really important because this is a pick up and deliver game about picking up dogs, doing things with those dogs, and then returning them to their home, essentially, their block of origin. Pick up and deliver games don't always excite me, but the theme of this game is woven so deeply into this game, and the fact that when you are taking these walks, you actually get to do things that are fun. You're not just picking up something and just dropping it off someplace else. You're picking up the dog and you're maybe helping them find their favorite activity, or you're picking up other dogs that want the same favorite activities as your previous dog. And so you get to accomplish multiple goals at once by pairing up similar dogs. You can also go certain places where you can take photos of dogs, which makes their owners happy, gives you bigger tips. And perhaps crucially, this is a somewhat humorous twist to the game, but it's thematic. During the walk, the dog's owners are happy if the dogs poop, because then they don't have to worry about it. And the game comes with the most adorable little poop tokens. Let's see if I can find them here. They are squishy. Now I can't find them. They're really cute, squishy poop tokens. Yeah, here they are in this bag. You can see them right here. They look like little poops. And it's a silly little addition to the game, but they're great tokens, and the theme makes sense. It's one of these things that you're doing during the walk, during the walk, and there's a slight element of chance to it. You can't force a dog to poop. They may or they may not. So there's some dice rolling that goes along with that. But the thing that I love about this is the game takes something where you think of it when you first see the poop tokens, and you think, okay, that's a bad thing. Oh, I don't want poop to happen on this walk. But it's a good thing in this game. You want it to happen. It's a good thing. When a dog poops, you get to fill in their little slot. You get an extra tip for filling in the poop slot here, just like a photo or doing the favorite activity. It feels really good when a dog poops in this game. So taking something that is normally negative and making it positive, I really think is quite clever. Bark Avenue also does, I actually haven't even gotten to my favorite mechanism yet. It has events in the game, event cards that you flip over at certain times. There's some things that are a little restrictive, but there are also a lot of fun events, which I think is great for a game to remember, that it's okay to have events that make things fun or easier sometimes. The game also gives you opportunities for extra actions. Actually, while I'm talking about poop, Walter's using the litter box back there. Good timing, Walter. So I do like that there are opportunities to get extra actions in the game. That feels good, like you're leveling up over the course of the game. And they're also, again, leaning into the theme, there's ways for you to give dogs treats. And when you give a dog a treat, then you get to ignore some of their restrictions. So like if a dog has a restriction about, I don't know, some dogs don't want to be with dogs of other sizes, or they want to be alone instead of with a group, but you can give them a treat and the treat makes them happy and they ignore those restrictions, which I think is a nice thematic conclusion. My favorite mechanism, though, is it's a little thing, another little thing, but I think it goes a long way. It's the power of passive progress in the game. It's something I did in viticulture a long, long time ago, where when you're not doing anything, simply by having grapes or wine tokens on your crush pad or in your cellar, the grapes or crush pads age over time. They improve in value over time. And this game does something very similar. When you pick up a dog and start to take that dog on a walk, simply by having that dog with you, the dog's walk token progresses. So every turn that you have that you take with that dog in your possession, you advance the walk token until you get to the point where you've met how far of a walk that dog wants to take, or their owners want you to take, and then the token actually starts moving back. So you have a timer that counts down after that. But I love by simply having the dog and taking turns, even if you aren't even really paying attention to that dog, if you have a bunch of dogs on your leash at that time, the dog is making progress. You're making passive progress in the game. I think that's a really, really important design thing for me to keep in mind, and I think for other designers to remember as well, that it feels good when you're not doing anything in particular to focus on a benefit, but that benefit is still increasing in value and moving forward and progressing. That feels really good. So yeah, I really like that element of Bark Avenue, along with those other mechanisms that I mentioned. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've played Bark Avenue, if you could think of another pick up and deliver game where you're doing exciting, fun things and combining different things along the way during the the delivery aspect of the game, because that is what makes Bark Avenue really, really shine for me. Those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks.